Hi, it's Maggie the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your December 2017 general readings. Thank you so much for joining us here today. Welcome to any newcomers. Thank you for all your likes, shares, subscribes, and all your support, feedback, and comment. Keep it coming. You guys are great. Big thank you always to those of you who continue to keep me so busy with personal one-on-one readings, both my regular clients and my new clients as well. Always an honor and a pleasure to read for you. Thank you for the opportunity to do so. If any of you are interested in a personal one-on-one reading with me, you can go to my YouTube channel's homepage, click on the About button for more information and my contact details. And you can also find my contact details attached to the description link on every video I post as well. I do readings full-time, 6 days a week. It is what I do, so turnaround time is pretty quick. I can always get back with you within the same day or the same first 24 hours of your initial contact with more information. And scheduling personal readings is the turnaround time is pretty fast too, anywhere from a few days upwards of 2 weeks, but almost always within a 2-week period of time we can set up a reading for you. So if you're interested, you can email me directly at maggie1mcguire@gmail.com. I would be most delighted to work with you. I do a wide variety of readings, love and romance, of course, and lots under that umbrella: compatibility charting, separation, divorce, and reconciliation readings, relationship potential. I do career work and finance readings, career paths and financial investment advice readings. In addition to, I also do 6 and 12-month life overviews, which gives a look at what's coming up in your life in every area of your life for 6 or 12 months, depending on which one you choose. I also do channeled messages from passed on loved ones and package deals for monthly or bi-weekly readings for people who like to get them on a regular ongoing basis. And since we are in the holiday season and Christmas is approaching, it's always a good time if you always get a lot of requests for personal readings as gifts for friends and family. There's nothing more personal than a personal reading. So if you're interested in that, you can email me at maggie1mcguire@gmail.com. For quick answers to quick questions, you don't want as long or in-depth or as deeply personal a reading. You just have something you want to look at really quick. You can also find me on the smartphone app Instantgo under Irish Gypsy. The link to that is also under the About button and attached to the description of the videos that I post. Instantgo is a smartphone app. It's really great. It's quick, fast, efficient, easy to use. You can do you can choose one question, one answer through that via text, or you can open it up to a couple more questions, and quick answers for a short little reading via text, or they have a new video chat option. It's for if you want like a quick answer to a quick question, like you have a decision you need to make on the fly, you just met someone, you want to take a look at it, you want to see what the relationship potential is, or how a job interview may play out, or anything like that. Just a really fast kind of a fast read. You can find me on the smartphone app Instantgo. It's a pretty cool app. And again, they have a new video chat option now. So moving forward, these are general readings. There's lots of you watching. They're not going to play out the same for everybody in the same area of your life, although the energy remains the same regardless of the area of your life. But that's always why we advise you check your rising and your moon sign videos as well, if you know them and if you can. They may play out more predictively for you and give you additional insight and clarity. So moving right into this reading is for the air sign of Libra for the month of December 2017. Let's see what December has in store for our Librans. Lovely, lovely Librans. The air sign of Libra for December 2017. Okay, Libra. We begin with the world. We begin with completion. Lovely. Accompanied by the Fool. Wow, right into new beginnings, Libra. Right into considering what they are. Fool is my favorite card, as those of you who follow me know. Next to that, we have the Seven of Swords and the Eight of Cups. We have the Nine of Wands, followed by the Ace of Pentacles, and we have the Knight of Cups, followed by the Six of Cups. And from the bottom of the deck, your crowning card representing overall energy and guidance for the month of December, we have Strength. 3 really lovely, powerful major arcana cards. Looks like a fair amount of cup energy too. You have 3 major arcana cards. You have 3 cup cards, 1 wands, 1 swords, 1 pentacles. So cups is water energy, and in the tarot, this reflects in the emotional, feeling, relationship area of our life. So more concentration in that over the month of December. And we are in the holiday seasons too, and so a lot of times we tend to spend more time with friends and family. You know, opportunities for get together and holiday parties and whatnot. New Year, Christmas and New Year's at the end of the year. Looks like some of you might be moving or relocating or even traveling back to see parents, relatives, family, roots of origin where you grew up, or maybe even moving there as well. There's a definite sense of walking away, of leaving something behind, of coming to a completion point and moving forward into a new beginning. Maybe a new beginning which represents you doing something you haven't done before, or taking a risk of some kind, needing to face fears, doubts, and insecurities in doing that. That almost kind of sums up the reading there. So I'm going to start with your crowning card. Your overall energy and guidance for the month of December is strength. Beautiful card. I really love this card more and more as the years go on. Strength represents, it's more about inner strength. It's about what you get, what it takes, and the kind of strength it takes, and the kind of strength you also acquire and increase by facing your fears, your doubts, your insecurities, which this woman has done. She has tamed this lion, this wild beast, which is symbolic for fears, doubts, insecurities, stressors, or perhaps even taking an honest look at poor decisions, bad habits, or patterns we have. Having the courage and the strength to look at those head on, to face those, to move through, into and through our fears and all of those other things, depending on who you are, what you're facing, and coming out the other end with more strength, wisdom, insight, clarity, evolving, maturing, and growing. Beautiful, lovely energy. That's your overall energy for the month of December. So particularly for those of you who are leaving something behind, something is done, completed, whether that's in job, work, and career, relationship, important project, you're moving forward in new beginnings. There may be some fear and anxiety attached to that, or maybe it represents doing something you haven't done before, or doing something unexpected, or something you may see as risky, or whatever. There's a sense of moving through it, just moving through it, just moving into it, through it. You're going to gain a lot from this experience, which is why we're here. We begin with the World and the Fool. Magnificent cards and a great transition of energy, the World into the Fool. The World, these are major arcana cards. God, Spirit, your angels and guides, divine energy. The World is a card of completion. It's interesting because we begin at the tarot deck. The first card is the Fool. He's the 0. He's the Fool, and the tarot, the cards, and we end with the World being on top of the World, and everything in between. All the cards in between are about the Fool, i.e., our journey through life, all the things we discover, we learn. Our failures and defeats, our triumphs and successes, trial and error. Maturing, growing, and evolving through life. It's all about that, and then we end with the World. This is where the Fool is headed. This is where we end up. The World is a card of completion, of reaching a pinnacle, culmination or achievement, an ending. Represents a major ending. It could be a major ending in a relationship or a relationship phase of your life, and it could be that ending in a walking away kind of way, or maybe you get engaged or get married. It could be retirement. It could be, the last child leaving the nest. Although I feel like it's more on an internal level. Some of you, it may be relationships, or it feels like a chapter of your life has come to an end, because the World usually represents having come to a completion. You've reached the top of a mountain, and reaching the top of a mountain has usually been a rather long, involved, challenging process. So something that you've been working at, or maybe investing a lot in, you've reached a completion phase in it. And the World is accompanied by the Fool, my favorite card in the tarot. The Fool is about new beginnings. It's a great transition of energy. But specifically, the Fool is about that small but infinite period of time or energy in between this big chapter of your life ending, something coming to an end, and before you take the first step of a new journey. The Fool is about that energy of what's possible, potential, possibilities. It's about starting a new beginning, and it can be about jumping off the path that you've been walking on, the well-trodden path, because the Fool does that. He wants to get somewhere different, so he takes a different path. It can be stepping outside of your comfort zone, taking a risk, doing something you've never done before, something very unexpected, because you want different results. You're doing something different. It could be, I mean, this energy could be, I'm retiring from this, office job or something I've been stopping doing for this long period of time, and I'm going to go sail the world for the next six or 9 months. It could be that. It could be a variety of different things. There's a lot of emotional energy in leaving something behind as well. I'm not really sure what area of your life it's in, but I mean, it could be relationships, job, work and career, projects, spirituality even. But it feels like it's been a long time coming, this culmination place that you've reached. It's been, this has been a long mountain that you've climbed, and now it's coming to an end, and you're considering the potential and possibility of moving forward. And you may have already, decided what you're going to do, and you're moving into it. There may be a little bit of fear, anxiety, nervousness. Maybe you don't know exactly where you're headed, but you're going there anyway. Hence the overall strength card. Moving through it, facing it, moving through it, because you're definitely walking away from something. Next, we have the Seven of Swords and the Eight of Cups. So swords is air energy. That's the element which governs this suit. And in the tarot, this energy it's psychological energy, internal energy. It's mental, cerebral, intellectual energy about what goes on up in here. Swords is about words, ideas, communication. It's really about what we think, how we look at things, perceptions, belief systems, and how that affects the way we relate and communicate to the world and people in the world around us. Truth, education, higher learning, mental, cerebral, intellectual energy. The Seven of Swords, seven is also a number of reflection, motives, assessment, considering energy. The Seven of Swords is sometimes considered a thief energy because how it's often portrayed. It can represent theft, somebody stealing from you, or vice versa, feeling kind of being taken from, exploited, drained, maybe taken advantage of. It can represent deception, slipperiness, maybe something having a false front when in reality it's someone or something, a person or a situation is really different than what they're presenting it to be. It can also, I mean, sometimes the thief card, as it's nicknamed, can get a bad rap too, because sometimes this can represent needing to use unorthodox methods in order to accomplish something, or needing to be maybe a bit deceptive or sneaky, not in a way that harms other people. It can represent needing to play your cards close to your chest, and I'm feeling that for some of you too, and I've gotten that for a couple other signs too. You may be planning something, and I did for a sign or two the November mid-months as well, which I'm getting for some of you. This major thing which is coming to an end, could be retirement, or it could be a project or an idea that you've been investing something in for a while. You're leaving, something is coming to an end stage, and you're leaving it behind, and you're starting off on something new, but you're keeping quiet about it. You're not telling people about it, or the advice is not to tell people about it. There is that aspect too, because the Seven of Swords sometimes could just mean, not talking a lot, not keeping your ideas and your plans and stuff to yourself for the most part. I feel a very much sense of physical moving away as well too, because the Seven of Swords is paired with the Eight of Cups, which is a card of walking away. It doesn't necessarily mean like a physical walking away, but you're leaving something behind. Again, you already have this completion energy. The Eight of Cups is leaving something behind which you have found maybe disappointing, disillusioning, or maybe you thought it was going to be one thing and it's actually turned out to be something different. After tasting and drinking from these cups, he's made up his mind, it's not really what I want. None of these things are really what I want or what I thought it would be. So he's definitively turned his back, and he is moving forward. He's surveying the horizon. He's dressed for travel. He may not know exactly what his destination is, but he's moving forward anyway. So this is going to play out a few different ways. For some of you, you've come to an end stage of something you've been investing in, working in. I mean, it could be job, work, career, relationship. There's a lot of emotion attached to it. It could be because ultimately you found it dissatisfying, disillusioning. It's not turned out the way you wanted to. Maybe you feel like you've been taken from or exploited or taken advantage of, feeling drained, and that's why you're leaving it behind, because it's just not, it's not giving back to you in any way, sense of, you know, in any way, shape, or form, in spite of everything you've put into it. For some of you, something else is coming to an end. It's not quite that difficult or challenging, but what's coming to an end in these new beginnings, what you're starting off, you're keeping very mum about it. You're kind of keeping it undercover. So it's that as well. You're leaving behind something that has just run its course. And this may be a physical actually moving or relocating away from it as well. So next we have the Nine of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles. I'm feeling, even though these cards are together, I'm feeling more that the Nine of Wands is attached to this Ace of Cups for some of you. The Nine of Wands is that kind of 11th hour, it's darkest before it's dawn, don't give up kind of card, which the soldier is kind of tempted to do. We're almost at the end of completion energy here, and the tarot tends to represent cycles ending as well, something coming to an achievement or culmination and ending phase. So he's almost at the end of his journey, but this grouping of 8 wands behind him represents some kind of challenge he's run into, some kind of last minute block, delay, obstacle, hurdle, challenge of some kind that he wasn't expecting. He's almost done, or he's almost at a place where he can transition into something else. He's retreated for a little ways, and he's trying to figure it out. He's maybe feeling a little bit discouraged. Again, that may be part of what you're going through in the first part of the month of December, Libra. But the underlying advice to this card is always not giving up. Even if you can't see all that far ahead, or you can't see the destination, you can't see, you know, how this is really going to work out. It's about keeping moving forward, not giving up when you find it difficult, because you're very, very close to being where you need to be to finish something out and start something new, or transition into something new. Don't give up, you're almost done. And I feel like it's more attached to the Eight of Cups, Seven of Swords energy too, but that's for the group of people who are, you know, leaving something behind that just isn't right for them anymore. And the Nine of Wands is accompanied by the Ace of Pentacles. So here we have earth energy, which is the element which governs the suit of pentacles. And in the tarot, this energy is earthy energy. It usually manifests in earthly, practical, tangible, see, touch, feel ways in the concrete day-to-day world we live in. Often things like money, finance, property, real estate, job, you know, tangible things or tangible results, or the efforts we put into things, whether it's in the concrete area of our life or relationships and spirituality. Aces are the ones, they represent new beginnings or new opportunities, which have a lot of potential if they're nurtured and taken care of. So the Ace of Pentacles is a tangible new beginning. This is something that's going to have a tangible, practical effect on your life. Or it's an opportunity for that. This card often comes up for moving, relocating, new jobs. Sometimes it can represent a sum of money or resources coming in unexpectedly, which help you move on or start something else as well. But tangible new beginnings. So some of you may be leaving a job or a career path that you've invested a lot in. You're not really telling people about it. You're making your own plans, keeping them to yourself. You may be starting a new job. You may be moving or relocating to start a new job. You may be keeping quiet about it because you don't want to get a lot of flack and feedback from other people, because it's something new, it might be something risky, something you've never done before. This could be relationship for some of you as well. I'm not feeling that as strongly. Some of you, there is a sense of moving away from something which you've been working at for a while, but you haven't found fulfilling. It's just run its course. It's time to move on. There may be a little bit of a delay or struggle in this new beginning, but it's definitely coming. And again, I feel a strong sense of moving, relocating, physical moving and traveling. Of course, we are also in the holiday seasons, and a lot of people do travel there too. We have the Six of Cups, which can represent, which is, next, which is at the end of the month, we have the Knight of Cups and the Six of Cups. So we have more of this emotional energy here. The Six of Cups is a card traditionally associated with the past, reminiscence, childhood, nostalgia. And 6 is also being a number associated with travel. It can, when we have the Eight of Cups moving, we have the Ace of Pentacles, which is tangible new beginnings. I mean, again, For some of you, it could just be traveling for the holidays to see family, friends, maybe relatives, your parents, where you grew up, or these people traveling to see you to spend holidays with you. Some of you may be moving in with relatives, or moving in with parents, or moving back to where you grew up, or some of you may be going back there for work or something of that sort as well. Some of you may have been going through a difficult time. Something is wrapping up and coming to an end, and there's family of some kind, relatives, family, friends, and it could be old friends or family or relative members that are there to kind of help and support you during this time as well. I am getting that. Because the Knight of Cups is paired with the Six of Cups at the end of the month. And the Knights usually represent something being brought to you, or you bringing something to somebody else, often external coming in. Knights are the bringers, the deliverers, and they also represent the speed at which a situation moves. The Knight of Cups would be bringing, and they usually represent kind of fast-moving energy, because Knights are known for being spontaneous, impulsive, charging right through. So the Knight of Cups could be an offer, an opportunity of love, someone making their feelings known to you, an opportunity of an offer of love and support, or I'm getting like support. And because it's attached with the Six of Cups, I feel like a lot of you, this is either family or friends, or a combination of both from your past somehow, that are there to kind of help and support you while you're transitioning into something new, while something is ending and transitioning into something new. Again, excuse me, my ear was itching. Again, it's a general reading, and how it plays out, to what degree, the specifics and details will vary, but the energy remains the same. Family, friends, people, support, love, and emotional support that's connected to your past is there available for you at the end of the month. Some of you may be traveling back to be in that. Some of you may be moving back to be in that as well, either just because you need that while you're getting through the end of something and beginning something else, or because you're in your new beginning and that's part of it. Maybe moving, relocating, starting a new job, some combination of that. It'll be interesting to see what the feedback is. It's a progressive energy, and I really like it. It feels, even if there's aspects of it that are challenging, it feels, kind of natural and has an organic flow and feel to it. So quite lovely and beautiful. I love that combination of the World and the Fool that we start with, and the Knight of Cups and the Six of Cups, that lovely supportive energy at the end. Facing your fears, your doubts, your insecurities. You're going to be fine, Libra. You're going to move through this just beautifully. Good luck to you. So Libra, that pretty much wraps up your December 2017 general reading. I hope you have enjoyed it. I hope that you found it helpful for those of you that watched it, that you got what you needed out of it. Happy to bring it to you. I will see you all again in a couple of weeks for the December 2017 mid-month readings. Again, if any of you are interested in a personal one-on-one reading with me, go to my YouTube channel's homepage, click on the About button for my contact info. You can also find that attached to the description link on every video that I post. Email me directly at Maggie1McGuire@gmail.com, or for fast answers to fast questions, something you need to look at on the fly. You can also find me on the smartphone app Instantgo 24/7. Thanks for watching, Libra. I will see you all again soon, hopefully. Until then, I wish you joy, peace, blessings, and a happy, happy life, and a happy holiday season to you. And I hope to see you back here again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.